All right, so we just had our first new car get unveiled from Monterey Car Week. I predicted this car was coming for you guys in my Monterey Car Week preview video that came out Thursday morning. In that video, I said we were expecting something very driver-focused from Koenigsegg. We didn't know exactly what it was going to be, but we had a pretty good idea, and now we know it's going to be the Koenigsegg CC GT1. If this is your first time seeing my channel, please like the video for me and subscribe. I've been making videos leading up to Monterey Car Week about the cars we know are coming out, and I'm also making videos as they come out, and I'll make a recap video at the end of the weekend as well. Please subscribe. I make videos like this all year long on the channel, you know, about new cars before they come out. So if you're not already joined, please join the family, and let's get back into the new Koenigsegg CC GT1. So the Koenigsegg CC GT1 is essentially like a tribute to Koenigsegg's 2007 GT1 race car that was built on their CCX of the time. If you remember, a couple years back, Koenigsegg released the CC850, which was like a modern version of their Koenigsegg CCX that started the company. That car had a manual gearbox, which was basically Koenigsegg's first time taking their 9-speed lightning shift transmission that they have from the Koenigsegg Jesko and basically having you interact with that through a manual shifter. And people that say have driven it say it's one of the best driving experiences they've ever had. It feels like a real manual, even though it's technically a simulated manual. It feels real, and because that car doesn't have a flywheel, it's like a whole nother experience too. But the Koenigsegg, you know, manual gearbox is really special. This CCGT, the big selling point of it, based on what I can tell so far, is that it's got a sequential shifter instead of a manual shifter. So it's simulating a sequential shifter instead of simulating a manual shifter. Normally the word simulating would be concerning, but because it's Koenigsegg doing it and they nailed that manual shifting simulation, this sequential shifting one should be incredible. It's that same 9-speed lightning transmission that Koenigsegg makes, but you're interacting with it sequentially this time, or you can option the manual one that's in the CC850 as well. I've already checked on that. Koenigsegg will be making 70 of these cars, which for them is kind of lower on the production side, I would say. I mean, they made 125 Jeskos, and they're making, I think, 300 Koenigsegg Chimeras apparently with a 4-seater hypercar, which is super cool as well. You can option this car to be fully track set up. Like, it is road legal, but it can come, you know, track equipped essentially, which is the first time Koenigsegg's ever really done that. I mean, I don't think their GT1 car ever actually raced back in the day. So this is like the closest thing to a GT1 Koenigsegg you can get in the modern day with their modern day powertrain, which is important as well. This car can make 1,578 horsepower on the E85 fuel, or I believe 1,258 horsepower on 93 pump gas. So it's powerful, it's very powerful. It's got that standard Koenigsegg engine, of course, that everybody loves. And the car looks incredible. I mean, it's like the CC850 if you gave it, you know, a GT3 RS treatment. You gave it a nice wing, more aero flicks on the front, stuff like that. The car's really, it sits nice and low. The bucket seats are really cool inside this car. It's, you know, they went with like a nice white color for the seats that really shows off the car nicely. There's also going to be exclusive Koenigsegg track days for the first time, letting owners, you know, drive some of their favorite tracks in their GT1 track spec Koenigsegg hypercars. There's also a roof scoop on the car, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever seen Koenigsegg really do that. That looks incredible, honestly. If you remember the Koenigsegg Trevita, there were supposed to be 3 of these back in the day. I believe they only ever actually made 2, even though it means 3. That car had like a white carbon fiber finish on it, and this car can also have that same finish for the first time since that car. So that's pretty cool. You can option that as well. And if you do go for the track option, the car is going to come with a roll cage, a Hans compatible seat, a racing steering wheel, racing exhaust, car jacks, more racing setup suspension, more aero, better tires, basically everything you can need for a track day. I wonder if that racing exhaust will be, you know, that'll probably be fitted to some road cars that aren't actually going to go on the track but want the car to sound more like the racing exhaust option. One thing I noticed here looking at the interior again is they moved the G meter into like the center cluster, the gauge cluster, instead of being like in the middle of the dashboard where it usually is in a lot of other cars. That's interesting. Definitely more race focused. It's right in front of you. The wheels are pretty crazy. They're almost like half aero disc, half, you know, normal racing alloys. That's pretty crazy. The car just looks so cool. I mean, I know this thing's for the racetrack, but it's also one of the best looking, you know, hypercars that you'd ever see on the road. It looks incredible. That rear wing is massive. And I like that you can see the sides of the tires from the back of the car. I'm sure that'll throw a lot of rocks at whoever's behind you. So on those Koenigsegg rallies, some of the other customers might be a little upset if they're behind one of these. But nonetheless, the car looks incredible. It looks like a brake light on the back of the rear wing. That's really cool. And just looking at the front of the car one more time here, I mean, it just does look like an even more race setup CC850. Maybe not like the lines aren't as smooth as the CC850 is because of that massive rear wing and the roof scoop. But if you like a GT3 RS, you probably love this Koenigsegg type of thing, you know? The only thing I'll say that I'm a little confused on with this car is that it's kind of, this car is supposed to be like the ultimate track usable Koenigsegg, but they just came out with the Koenigsegg Jesko Satyr Spear which is supposed to be like the ultimate track Koenigsegg. So it's a little funny they released these cars back to back. I would have thought maybe a little more time between them, or at least like another model in between them or something. Obviously this car is going to be more capable with, you know, track slicks and track suspension, and it's probably even lighter, but the engine, I mean, the horsepower is basically the exact same. So in a way it makes the Satyr Spear feel a little less relevant. The only thing I will say though is the Satyr Spear does have the paddle shifters. There's no manual option in that car whatsoever, and definitely not a sequential manual option. So maybe this is more of like a race car that people want to feel like they're driving an actual GT1 car, because that sequential shifter is going to be the big selling point of this car. Because otherwise, I mean, even though this car doesn't have the paddle shifters essentially, it is still that Koenigsegg 9-speed Lightning gearbox. So I guess the Jesko Satyr Spear is more of like a, you want to go as fast as possible all the time, and this car might be more of like a, you want to go as fast as possible while feeling like you're driving a GT1 race car. I think that's where this car is going to sit. It's super cool. It's great. You can drive it in automatic mode if you don't want to, you know, drive it in the sequential mode all the time. Some people will just drive these on the road, I'm sure. Really cool car from Koenigsegg. It's cool we finally got to see this one revealed. This was one of the cars I mentioned we knew were coming, but we didn't really know what it was going to be, and now we know what it is, and it's actually way cooler than I was anticipating. So I like this car a lot. The looks alone are enough to make somebody like it, but it's cool they're doing something different with like the simulated sequential shifter. It kind of one-ups Ferrari, who just kind of copied Koenigsegg a few years later with the Ferrari Manuale, kind of copying what Koenigsegg did with the CC850. So Koenigsegg's like, oh, now I'll do a sequential manual instead, and you know, Ferrari's probably panicking like, oh, we have to do that too. So that's going to do it, guys, for recapping this new Koenigsegg CCGT1. I'm going to try and make a video like this for all the new cars that come out this weekend. We know we're getting the new Lamborghini Revuelto SV, and we know we're getting the new McLaren manual or supercar, hypercar, we're not sure yet, as well, both on Friday. I'm not sure when this video will come out. I'll either put it out late tonight or maybe sometime tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for me. Please like the video so they can get in front of more people, and so you don't miss any videos like this for this weekend, or in general, I make videos about new cars coming out, usually before the public knows about them in general. So please subscribe. I hope to see you in the next video. Let me know your comments below, what you think of this new Koenigsegg. Do you think it's cooler than a Jesko Attack or Satyr Spear? Let me know. I'm curious on what you think about that. I will see you in the next Exotics Anonymous video.